Presented by That Time I Got Reincarnated in the Same World as an Anime Podcaster, this is Shonen Jumping the Gun, the show where we set our sights on the first chapter of a manga and decide if it's a misfire or a bullseye.
Let's see how many rounds are in this magazine. On today's episode, step through that door into a whole new world. It's Drifters.
Welcome, everybody. I'm your dynamic drifting daimyo who leaves manga derelict, Moxie the Yeen, here with my slightly surly shogun who is sometimes Socratic but never sardonic, Isekai Sensei-Sama, Brad. Brad, how you doing?
Yes, I see. Oh, yes. Let's analyze this very carefully.
Never sardonic. Lies and slander. And we are here with an Ise-nines that is not a light novel. It's one word.
They do exist.
You're gonna mess up the average in all of our statistics for amounts of words in our Ise-nines.
So here's the thing.
It's one word. It's incredible.
I was thinking, because we had said before that 79 was going to be our shit one to set a baseline. But then we needed to go back on that because we were still in the seinen arc because we had the four. Because
the jump drop kind of messed with stuff, so we kicked it off.
I was like, all right, I'm going to find a specifically seinen isekai, which honestly most of them are to some extent.
Yeah.
But like
in a seinen magazine, I feel like has been the
right.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be like, I should find something that's probably good, at least good in the sense of everyone else in the world besides you, Moxie.
Yeah.
And so I was looking through stuff and I found this one. And as soon as I opened it, I was like, oh shit, Moxie's going to like this.
Because it's from the author who did Hellsing, which you can instantly see in the art style.
Yeah.
Which, as someone who I've admittedly only experienced Hellsing through Hellsing Abridged from Team 4-Star.
This is not far off.
I would agree with that from what little I know. But that art style is very evocative. It is not. It is not the uber generic stuff we usually get with a lot of these light novels because there's not an artist at the helm. It is somebody. It is a workman-like artist who's making a paycheck.
I have seen,
and no shade to them,
real Hellsing, like the actual Hellsing, and not just the abridged version. Although the abridged version is really good. I don't know that you'd really care for the regular one.
I don't think I would either. But
the art style is.
I need to ask you things because there was something in here. With this one we'll get into that I was just like, I can't tell if if something was here or not, but we'll get to it after the other stuff. So this is by Hirano Kota, Hirano Kota. Already said famous for Hellsing, among many other things that aren't as famous, or at least that we don't know about as much.
There's actually, I think there was like 12 other series that he had done. Maybe not quite that many, but because I think some of them were like Hellsing side story or stuff
a little
like that.
Like one shot or small stuff.
But there was definitely, he's got a lot of different work.
Interesting.
So,
Drifters started in April of 2009 and is still ongoing.
Yeah.
Is he just working on other things, or is it like, is he one of those mangaka now that it's like, I make one immaculate chapter a year, if that?
I think the magazine that this is serialized in is probably monthly.
Okay.
And I would imagine he's probably also working on other things.
That makes sense.
Because if it's a monthly series, the chapter is not a month long worth of work. So
in trying to look for it, I saw a bunch of people asking if it was still on hiatus or not. So maybe it does go on.
Because the thing is, I think there was like something like 89 chapters out right now or something like that. And it's like, that's not enough for starting in 2009.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of confused a little bit, especially when you said ongoing. It is serialized in Young King Hours, which I feel like is probably an acronym, but I don't know that.
Weird.
And my notes also tell me that's where Hellsing and Trigun ran, and a bunch of other stuff we've never heard of, so that's neat.
I looked down through the list, and I couldn't find anything else that I recognized.
Interesting.
There were a couple that I was like, I think I've heard this name before, but it's not something I've ever checked out in any meaningful capacity.
Yeah. The official English release is through Dark Horse, which is currently 6 volumes or 2 omnibuses. I wonder if they have it because they already had Hellsing, because Hellsing fits their MO a lot more than this does. But I guess by virtue of that, it does too. There was also 12 episodes of an anime from 2016 and multiple OVAs and specials. That later part I didn't know. I remember when this came out, back when I paid attention to anime releases more. I might have watched some of the first episode, possibly at an anime club. I do not remember. It was just like, this seems familiar. Like, maybe that was, like I said, maybe that was the time I was following YouTubers who talked about what was coming out every season, and I cared.
This is a good point to tell everybody a little secret of mine.
Oh. I was there. I was there at Moxie's anime club a decade ago before we ever met.
I'd never heard of this before.
Interesting.
I literally just found this and read the first, spoilers, 3 chapters.
I don't think it's super well known. I think I only knew about it because that was like, this was one of the better things that had dropped that season.
I'm surprised.
And
it has an
interesting enough concept that I was like, oh, okay.
Being from the author of Hellsing and being an isekai, I would have thought that I would have come across this already, but nope.
I mean, it's not by direct definition, it is an isekai. A man dies and is taken to another world. No, or he's just taken. I don't even know if he dies. He is taken to anner world, which is what isekai is. But this does not have a lot of the other isekai trappings that usually piss me off.
Yeah.
This is no protag-kun. And with that, let's get into my patented Moxie's Mox Speed manga summary. Chapter 1, Fight Song. On the battlefield. Fight song. Fight on. On the battlefield, in a driving rain, Toyohisa stands firmly, facing down a cavalry charge as his uncle calls out in vain for him to retreat. It's the year 1600, the Sengoku era. Toyohisa calls back to his uncle to retreat. He'll make sure their forces aren't decimated, but if only his uncle returns to Satsuma, it will be their victory. The clash is swift and fierce. Gunfire volleys ring out, and Toyohisa plunges through the ensuing smoke. In the chaos, he takes down warrior after warrior, eventually confronting the enemy commander. I want to take a small side note. It is so nice having a work that's actually worthy of you painting this wonderful picture. Because generally the art is fantastic, and now I feel like this is elevating in a way that is deserved, just to be clear. Because I'm like, oh, I'm having fun. I'm not sneering at you for writing these things. I'm like, this is incredible. I love this. Plunging forward, but surrounded by spearmen, he takes his chance. All seems lost as many spears pierce him, but he has one last trick up his sleeves and pulls out a pistol. After shooting the commander off his horse, the rest of the forces call a retreat. Toyohisa is injured and bleeding badly as he staggers off the battlefield. As the rain continues to seemingly beat him down, he believes his time is just about up. In that moment, the cacophony of water is suddenly silent, and he finds himself standing, not in a field, but in a long, seemingly unending hallway lined with doors of various materials. In the middle of the hallway is a desk, which Toyohisa most likely has never seen, and seated at the desk is a man in glasses and a sweater vest. He's reading a book, and a sign hangs from the front of the desk that reads, "Lunchtime. We'll be back in a moment." Chapter 2, Transcending Time. These chapters are short. These are like normal size chapters out of the gate, which is why we read 3, just to be clear. The strangely clad man removes the sign from the desk and checks his wristwatch. Next, he says, while looking at some papers in front of him. Toyohisa stands, staring for a moment, before being shocked back to the situation at hand. What? Where? Who? He loudly questions the situation he finds himself in before starting forward towards the desk. The man at the desk looks over Toyohisa, glances to his left, then makes some notes on the paper in front of him. Toyohisa, who is advancing forward, now finds that he is walking towards one of the door, as if space and time had distorted to push him that way. Before he can even make a protest...
added time in there.
I know. I think about space and time. Before he can even make a protest, he's gone through the door. It closes behind him, and the man at the desk once again says, "Next!" A Vietnam War-era soldier steps forward, but we're left to wonder what his story may be. Is it specifically Vietnam? He looks like a Marine.
Sure. I'm pretty sure it's Vietnam era.
Okay. I want to look at that image and talk to you, but that's not important to the podcast. Really not important to the story. Cut to Toyohisa lying in a grassy field as the stone doorway he just fell through fades away. A short time later, 2 dark figures are standing around him, speaking in a language he can't understand. They're talking about how bad his injuries appear. Toyohisa begins to speak, pondering if these are demons because of their pointy ears, and if maybe he's in hell. The 2 know that he's one of them, those things known as drifters due to the sound of the language he's speaking. They'll take him to the Castle in Ruins, where they know there are other drifters. As they drag Toyohisa, they loudly complain about how heavy he is, and that they'll be in trouble if the Lord finds out what they're doing. But they're stopped in their tracks by someone yelling at them in a somewhat poor attempt at their language. An archer perched high in a tree eventually understands that they've brought this person and tells them to leave him and go. After the two leave, the archer is called out too from within the castle. The person inside tells them to bring Toyohisa inside and gives him the medicine they have. We see the person inside cloaked in shadow with a torn banner above their head as he muses on how interesting this world is. And at this point, if anybody who's familiar with famous Japanese family emblems, they know who this person is. Ooh, foreshadowing. I love it.
I didn't catch that until I went back to write the summary. Because it's
that flower?
Because at the end of the chapter, it's like, oh, it's right above his head.
Is it that flower emblem?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you know that emblem, you would be like, oh, that's
it's that ambition guy. Chapter 3, The Devil. Toyohisa is dreaming of his father, who in his dream is praising him for his victory in his first battle, but he jolts awake, finding himself inside that decrepit castle. In front of him, the man in shadow says that he's a rather tough man for surviving those wounds. Toyohisa is startled and grabs his sword, drawing it, asking who the man is. But the man asks him the same question back. They stand opposite, Toyohisa with his sword pointed at the man's head, but the man with a rifle aimed at him. In this moment, Toyohisa sees the emblem on the banner. Is that the Moko family crest? Is this man from the House of Oda? The man chuckles. From the House of Oda? No! His is the House of Oda. Have you heard of Oda Ufu Nobunaga? Well, of course I know him. He's me. Haven't you Haven't you heard? I'm Nobunaga would be, haven't you heard I'm Nobunaga would be an interesting series.
Do you know haven't you heard I'm Sakamoto?
I think I think so, or you've described it to me before. But going just the phrasing, over this, haven't you heard I'm so and so?
Going really over this part, I was just like, oh my god, it's just the title of that series.
I'm Gumby, damn it. Toyohisa slashes wildly. He can't be Lord Nobunaga. He's been dead for many years, so either this is the underworld or this guy is lying. Before the fight can intensify, an arrow pierces right into the stone wall near them, separating the two. The archer from before tells them to stop and hands over a goose for each of them to pluck. Toyohisa is left sitting next to these two strange people, plucking feathers off a goose. What the fuck is this, he wonders. So I had a good time with this.
Oh, really?
I wish more things happened.
Yeah,
maybe it's because
these really short chapters.
I already knew the base level intrigue, even if I didn't remember it well. My main thing that kept making me second guess, and I looked around for a little bit, is that the translation I found, because I did not find it officially somewhere digitally.
Yeah.
And maybe it was on Dark Horse's website, because Dark Horse somehow has their popular series.
I don't think
think so.
It's anywhere digitally.
The localization the translation felt wrong in a way that I couldn't quite put my finger on. Like it wasn't like bad, but it's that kind of not good that like, am I missing something? Like it just sentences don't, like the verbiage doesn't fit together nicely, but it's not bad because like there's multiple parts where in the margins they're putting in history notes and stuff, but like the actual, like there's just something, I said.
You almost certainly did not read the official.
I did not read the official one. It just constantly, it was never just like the typesetting was solid. Like a bunch of other, like there was a lot of other signs that it was a good fan translation, but just the way the sentences came together was always just like, this isn't a way people talk, or like it was missing something in a way that constantly made me feel like better prose should be here. But also, like I was also struck with it's like, well, I've never read Hellsing, and because all I have is abridged, I still got the sensation of like, the man writing Hellsing is maybe not the most optimistic and cheery of humans, so like this could be a similar just sort of like everything's fucked, everything's shit thing. Let's revel in violence, which was like a little teenage, but it was like, it got the benefit of the doubt for me because I was just like, maybe this is just this localizer, this translator. So I feel like it was like keeping me from it. Like I would check out the official one just to be sure at some point.
Yeah. I will say for anybody who wants to support the official, which they should, the omnibus seems like the way to go because the individual volume prices would be higher than the omnibus price. So
maybe it's just because omnibuses are maybe usually printed on cheaper paper, so maybe that's the cost thing.
I don't know.
I'll keep an eye out for it the next time I'm at like a bookstore or something.
3 covers instead of 1.
There you go. But no, I liked it, but that was kind of the main thing that was at the back of my head through all of it was that I remembered a little bit, so I had the vague sense of warriors are dying throughout time and they're here, but it's mysterious. And all we did with these 3 chapters, which if I didn't know that concept going in, this would have set it up well in a way that I liked, because it was very mysterious and I'd like to keep going. And the fact that this doesn't have that many chapters for as long as it's going is a little upsetting. I mean, it got an anime and a bunch of OVAs, so I think that speaks to something. Probably the pedigree of the guy writing it. But like,
to be fair, we probably could have done like 5 chapters.
We could have. I mean, now we're free to keep going. Honestly,
I didn't check the actual page count, but the chapters had like 3 or 4 pages of non-story stuff at the front and back. So
mysteries like this that are supposed to be ominous for a while, it's like you're getting a lot of information, but it never feels satisfying yet in these first couple of chapters because it's just building intrigue. So when you're writing a summary, the summary keeps getting bigger and bigger, but you never get to a feeling like it just feels like you're tacking more things on. Right. The bubble never bursts in a small way where you're like, oh, this is what we're doing. So I think in a reading sense, I think that's good because it makes me want to read more. But in a what we're doing sense, it was a little frustrating.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, this is not like the other Ise-nines we've done. This is not a light novel. This is a man writing a story, or a man writing and arting a story that he wanted to tell, and not somebody else putting a written word book into image form that has a lot of the same trappings and tropes.
And to be fair, when I looked up seinen isekai, one of the, I think the top rated seinen isekai was the kicked out of the hero's party 100 times.
Fuck off! Fuck you! People on the internet who do that, fuck you. Genuinely, honestly, fuck you. You are weighing culture down. I hate you.
I like that series.
You can do that. But I have to. If we draw no lines, then nobody gets any better. But
this one was pretty highly rated
stone.
as well.
You can't throw stones because throwing stones is bad. But also maybe you should draw lines sometimes. I don't know. I'm figuring this out still.
Draw lines with stones.
With blood, like Dog's Red. What did you think about this? You didn't know going into it. This is ostensibly an isekai.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's 100% an isekai.
Did it tickle that part of your brain, or was it different enough that it didn't? Because it didn't. It like I can logically think it, but because it was so different, it did not tickle me.
To be fair, this
did not activate that annoyance sensor.
It didn't get far enough in
to be anything.
To go like, oh, this tickles my isekai power fantasy brain versus this tickles my historical fantasy brain versus whatever.
Yeah.
Because different things hit me in different ways.
Yeah.
But overall, I enjoyed this. If we had been stuck to one chapter,
we would have nothing.
I mean, I would go, I'm going to keep reading this because I want to see what happens.
Yeah, but it would have been such a
literally nothing happens in the first chapter. There's a battle, and then he's in a hallway.
We're promised, we know the situation, and we're promised, by virtue of the intro when he's on the battlefield, we're promised violence. We're promised somebody who likes to fight, and now he is looking at a human being who had a hand in setting up the wars that he was in when he died or is here now.
And that's part of it is like, there's almost certainly not a power fantasy going on here, although they did sort of set up that like
it's all ass kickers.
He is more powerful than the normal residents of this world because they're like, oh my god, he's so big and heavy, and it's he's a 1600s Japanese person. There's no way he's that big.
He's as he believes, as the history believes him, in a way. Because I was about to say something like, wait, we've seen this before. Admittedly, not on the show, but now banned from another world. Is that what it was called? With that old guy with the pills?
Oh, yeah.
Isekai Shikaku.
What is it called now? Isekai Shikaku no longer allowed in another world.
Yeah. But this idea that there are multiple other people who got isekai'd, and in this case, they are already essentially superpowered humans.
Yeah.
But they're all at seemingly cross purposes. On top of this fantasy world, I find fascinating because now this feels like a chess game of like who else is out there from which other eras. Like it's not like this group. This at least particularly this is Nobunaga. I don't know who the archer is yet, but like I'm sure it's somebody important. But it's like,
by the way,
where's Joan of Arc? Where's King Arthur? Where's a bunch of other like the fact that like a freaking World War II Vietnam soldier shows up in the room? It's like, does he go to a different place for that level of like era of soldier? Like will pirates start? Like it's exciting. It makes the mind whirl.
I thought that archer was a woman, and then. Most of the way through writing the summary, after I had already written and we find out it's a she and blah, blah, blah. And then I went, wait a minute. I don't think at no point does anyone mention gender for the archer. Nope. And so I had to go back and remove all of that.
Make them more mysterious. I'm intrigued. I like it's a concept. It's the thing that I love in manga that I don't get in other things. Maybe just because you take on manga chapter by chapter, but it's like, here is, I want to say not the gimmick because that feels like such a derogatory way to say it, but like, here is the concept. And the author gets to tell their story inside that, but also some of the excitement is like, your brain going, and maybe it's just my thing because I like concepts excite me, but it's just like, oh man, who could show up here? How is this going to work? What if somebody has a technological advantage? Like, what is this, like the intrigue of what the world is, but the mind whirls at the possibilities of this little chessboard that's been set up.
Yeah.
And that's fun and exciting. And also it just helps that like, I like the art style, like the Hellsing art style that this is present here now, that thicker lines, like I don't see it other places, and it's very unique, and I enjoy it.
This is the perfect example of when I say I don't really care about the art, because I don't like this art style.
Oh my goodness.
But
I shouldn't be surprised.
I don't care about it. And so I still like this overall.
You do. You just don't. You just make sure.
And I can see the stylistic nature of it. Like, I can see why you like it. I can see why other people like it. I don't particularly care for it.
Makes your tummy hurt.
It doesn't. I just don't really care for it.
Sorry. No. Sorry.
In the same way, I didn't
I'm poking
like
and prodding.
In Hellsing, this art style I don't really care for. But the series as a whole is interesting, and I like what they're doing with that stuff. And so I don't really. It's not bad, is the point.
Yeah.
It's just I don't.
It doesn't
care for it.
It's not giving you bonus points like it is, or not giving you points. I wouldn't call it bonus points. It's not giving you more points like it is for me. Right. Where it's like specifically that's the thing I'd call out as saying a thing that I like about this is this art style, because I feel like because it is the thicker lines and it's a little bit more stylized and cartoony than like something that could be too dry, especially when you get a lot of historical figures. And this feels like we are using that as a backdrop, and this is not necessarily going to be just like a souped up history lesson, but I still might get some history nuggets that are fun.
Right.
I love how the middle space, or whatever you want to call it, if you don't want to call it purgatory, the afterlife, or whatever, I love how it looks. I love that it's just a man with glasses and a sweater vest at a fucking desk with papers. I love, because so many times in all these things, in these isekais that are from light novels, it's like, you go to this very celestial looking space and there's a pretty girl in a dress there to talk to you, and it's like, maybe it's just I'm so fucking Pixar pilled.
This does look celestial, but
it's otherworldly, but it's not like this weird angelic not space. Or like, here's a big grand table that's in not space.
And I am a sucker for the afterlife is actually just bureaucracy.
Yes, I'm fucking Pixar pilled. I have the painted sign for Hiffle. I love Hiffle. And that idea that it's just bureaucracy. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just
Beetlejuice.
Next. Yeah. Next. Yeah, there you go. I love that as a thing that I get, because as soon as I see that cute girl in the dress, I go, fuck off. I'm so sick of this as a trope. And they get some superpower. It's just like, there's the strong guy that you saw in this fight that may or may not be dead, but clearly fought more than any man should be capable. And it's just like, okay, you're going this story. You had no control in it. You don't even get to know what's going on next. And it's just like, what a not power fantasy.
Yeah.
And not specifically like, ha ha ha, he got demeaned, but just like, I mean, maybe just because in the thing, or normally it's like they show up and they get some super boon for being nothing. It's like, here is a man who was more than anybody, and now he's even confused and on off footing.
Yeah.
And it gives him a reason why he's not just instantly going to show up as like, he can become an ass kicker, but he's not number one ass kicker.
Well, and that's the thing. I have a feeling.
I have a feeling he's going to continue to kick ass.
He will have trouble against other drifters, but he's not going to have trouble against the natives of this world.
Yeah, the rank and file. I'm like, that's exciting to see. I'm just like, there is the power players, but it's like, are they going to clash? Are armies going to clash? Are they going to, like, I don't know.
Well, and then that brings up the thing, which I have seen in other series before, where it's like, hey, the isekai people are destroying this place.
Yeah.
Are you a good one or a bad one? Can you fight the bad ones?
I mean, these specific ones only knew of one particular spot to take them, but that's not to say there's not others in other places or ones they've taken there that have left that aren't these two, that aren't Nobunaga. Maybe he's got other people out and about. I don't know. I'm excited.
Is he sending all the Japanese people through that stone door?
Is it like, that's the thing. Is it Japanese people? Is it an era of warrior? Like, would a knight go there? Or like a conquistador?
I've got so many questions.
I'm excited. You know what my brain is currently thinking about? Do you remember Deadliest Warrior?
Yeah.
I loved the fuck out of Deadliest Warrior back in the day. That thing was great. I have a feeling if I watched it now, I'd be like, this is silly.
What if Blackbeard fought a Vietnam era guy?
I don't think that's what they did. I think a knight fought a pirate, and that was one of the classic ones. But like, I love the later ones where it's like Spetsnaz versus some other like Navy SEALs or something, and it's like, what are you measuring nowadays to be able to understand the difference? But just like the way that like, if I think more than a moment about how they correlated the data, but it's like them testing the weapons was fun, and then I always remember the ending fight of what was going on. It's like, that must have been fun for a bunch of actors and stunt people, right? Especially when the ones where it wasn't just like a one-on-one, where it's like a gang of people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've lost off of Drifters. My brain is going in other directions. I'm reminded of, I wish I could remember the name because I don't think it's a word in English, but there's like a channel that does these really cinematic, staged like sword fights. I need to find the name of it because I've lost it now. I learned about it from another one that I follow, but they're like, it's a work, because obviously they're not going to kill each other, and they're like, in certain moments they are holding back, but like, it honestly gets pretty brutal at times of this, like the swinging around, or like when it turns into just grappling and wrestling, like, but it's shot very prettily, but not in a way that it's not choreographed.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't even know if they have a winner picked. It's just sort of a general, like, this is my tool, and this is, because there's one where it's like, swordsman in armor takes on like 5 peasants. And it's just, there's constantly moments where they're bopping the armor, and he's just like, I'm in armor, you're peasants. Like, I literally, if I hit you once, you go down. I'll need to show it to you then. Not important to them, but I guess it's my brain is thinking about like, is this a one-on-one fights duel situation, or is this going to be battlefields that turn it? Is this Dynasty Warriors? A Dynasty Warriors game like this, if it's that, it would be pretty cool. Okay.
Drifting Dynasty.
I like that. I don't know what else to say. There's like not enough to put my teeth in because it's mostly intrigue, but like I am very intrigued and I'm excited to see what happens. Using historical figures means you don't have to give them as much characterization because it exists, and at any moment they can pull from history if they want to. But it has a built-in backstory at pieces.
Yeah.
Both for the characters that are there, how they're dealing with being in the world, what the situation of the world itself is, both before and during they're there. Like, yeah, I don't know. What thoughts do you have before I keep prattling on?
I mean, yeah, there's the unfortunate thing is not a lot of stuff happened in these 3 chapters.
I know, that's the rough thing is like,
there's not a ton to talk about besides the fact that just there's an overall positive experience.
Yeah.
Of checking this out.
A lot of what could be.
Yeah.
Pick me a historical figure you'd want to show up. Pick me one that could show up, and pick me one that it would be cool or funny that doesn't have to be any basis in.
Amelia Earhart.
Is that your silly one or is that your serious one?
Yes.
Fuck you. No, not Justified. That's a good one. I guess because that's where she is. It's people maybe who disappeared.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some expeditionary force. I just I want people from other places that aren't just Japan, and I want somebody from like slightly.
Marco Polo.
Oh, Marco Polo. I guess he's an explorer. I guess he could.
Because he died on the journey.
True, but he's not like. I mean, I guess Amelia Earhart isn't a warrior. I don't think her plane had a gun attached to it. I wouldn't think.
Yeah,
she might have had a gun
in
there, but yeah, true. Yeah, I feel like right now I can speculate and point to other things that this reminds me of. And I feel like you said, even though there was 3 chapters and they were good chapters, there's not enough really to... It's mostly just, I would like to read more.
Yeah.
Do we land the plane?
I mean, we're going to get technical thoughts and feelings. I think this is... I'm going to say good to great. I think everything was executed really well. Again, I don't care for the art style, but like it's consistent and it picks a style. I think the writing is good, to great. And I like the concept. And so just overall, yeah, good to great. And I will say I feel great. I'm going to read more of this.
Being in the nitty-gritty reminded me, though, the opening fight, and some of this may have just been, like, the weirdness of the translation in, like, this sort of low hum way that it's like, I can't put my finger on it, but it's continuing to pester my brain. The opening fight I had a little trouble following. It was a little too chaotic. And I was like, ooh, this is between that and the translation. Yeah. And like I
think it's supposed to be chaotic.
I stopped and like Googled around for more, and I just kept finding the same typesetting, which was like, this is the same local translation. I couldn't find an official one that I could even toss money at without buying a book and having it arrive in the mail. So, but it settled in then. But there was a little bit of like, I'm having trouble following what's going on in this moment. But like you said, that could have been the thing. I would say, I guess from that then, I think it's good. I feel it's great. Because I'm definitely intrigued. I'm tempted to buy that omnibus because I would like to read more of this. Honestly, I might just watch the anime. So that might be a more
in terms of would you
directly graspable way.
I would say yes.
I would also say yes.
The thing is,
depending on the cost,
I'm sort of at a point where like I want to read a couple more chapters and then I will seriously consider buying the omnibus.
Yeah.
Like this. I can see myself having this on my bookshelf.
I wouldn't want to borrow it from you. I'd have to check the price, but right now my thoughts is just I would go watch the anime because I remember the anime being pretty good, and now I'm intrigued to give it a look.
And maybe we'll
add it to the list or something.
We'll watch the first.
Yeah, watch the first episode sometime, and maybe it'll cover more than this.
And maybe that'll be a bonus episode. Maybe that's a thing we're doing now.
We did that sometimes. We didn't talk about it on the podcast much, but sometimes when we knew there was an anime for... Usually it has been the Ise-nines, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Not a light novel, but we're still following that trend, except
we could do that for every Ise-nine.
If it has one, which it seemingly has.
Watch the anime and then have a bonus episode.
Report back. But yeah, no, I don't think we need to high noon. I think we're very much in agreement.
Nobunaga might murder us.
I love Nobunaga. I like that he shows up in so many things that just him showing up is like funny to me. It's almost like he is a meme.
Yeah.
Even though he's an actual man who did stuff, but it's like Nobunaga's
Haven't
ambition.
You heard? I'm Nobunaga.
I feel like here, can you do another run at the opening? Oh shoot, that doesn't just going on today's episode. Haven't you heard? I'm Nobunaga. It's Drifters. I just did it just for funsies, just for right now. Not even in after the beeps. Just do it for me right now.
On today's episode, haven't you heard? I'm Nobunaga. It's Drifters.
It's just funny doing like a declarative angry question statement, and then saying a name. I don't know why. It's just like Nobunaga, Oda Nobunaga.
We should probably watch Haven't You Heard? I'm Sakamoto. I think. It's not the kind of thing that you want to watch a ton of.
Yeah, is it a slice of lifey?
It's
slicey lifey.
It's a slice of life comedy.
Yeah,
yeah,
they usually are.
So
yeah, as we are in the middle of our seinen arc, it's nice to. I mean, I guess that's the idea is that you've generally been trying to fit the Ise-nines to the theme of whatever arc we're inside. Yeah. So.
Which will get more and more difficult as we go.
Next time, if the timing, which I'm going to have to make sure the timing works out, it's going to be the worst one you're reading, and I'm very excited for that.
Everybody's prepared.
I hope it better be a negative, less than a -5, or I'm going to be really cross.
Let me give you a little bit of spoilers.
Okay.
No one will be prepared.
Ooh, I don't know what that means, but it's exciting.
I can't wait to show you how low the bar goes.
Damn, bitch, you live like this?
Yeah, pretty much. I did just clean out my house.
You did. I meant metaphorically, but yes. And then I'm going to read it, and I'm going to go, you're reading this. You haven't caught up on Akane Banashi, but you're reading this fucking bullshit.
That is a good point. The difference is I'm not multiple chapters behind.
Yes. More than anything in that magazine that you're behind on, that's the one you should catch up on.
Yeah.
It's generally the best thing.
Disagree.
Yes, I know. I'm telling a fish it's to be swimming in water that it's already swimming in. It knows it's a fish.
I caught up on Kill Blue and then haven't read more.
You lost all your momentum. I'm here to chew gum and read manga, and oh my gosh, I have so much gum I don't need to read this manga.
Well, we're not going to record again for like a month, so I can catch up on stuff.
Sure. Tell yourself lies. So yeah, that's been the episode. Brad, teleport through time and space and hit me with those plugs.
Well, as always, we want to thank Sugoi Mart for partnering with us. Sugoi Mart's a retailer of Japanese snacks, drinks, toys, and merch, all kinds of cool stuff you can't get outside Japan. Our listeners can click the link in the description or use code APR15 at checkout to get 15% off their first order. And we want to hear from you, so check out our social media links up on our website, animepodcasterreincarnation.com. Best place to talk to us is on our Discord. You can just drop in there and mention one of our names, and we'll chat to you about pretty much anything. You can also find a link up there to our Patreon, where our supporters get perks like getting to vote on what series we cover on heroin addiction, getting bonus episodes. As I mentioned, we might do some extra bonus episodes, as well as getting the high-quality stereo version of the podcast early. And, of course, we have to shout out our patrons. So, first and foremost, at our noble tier, we have our marquee, Sir Cakedorf. At our reincarnator tier, we've got Moon.
At our merchant tier, we've got Imaginary Numeral.
And last, and certainly not least, at our commoner tier, we've got Rena, Laura Carroll, and Last Man on Earth. So thank you so much to all our patrons.
Thank you for that, Brad. Thank you, patrons. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Make sure you listen to all the podcasts in our feed. And, Brad, if a door opened up here and somebody from time and space came here to podcast with us, who would you want it to be?
John F. Kennedy.
Ooh, is that the line I want to do? I'm just going to try it.
Oh, on today's episode?
Yeah.
That's mine.
Oh, you already wrote it?
No.
Oh, you get to do it?
It's a 79.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So this is
Can I just do mine for funsies and then you can do something that
Sure.
has nothing to do with what I said? I don't even think it's good. I just need to get it out because it's on my brain now. On today's episode, through time and space, I've come to kill you. This is Drifters.
This is weird because I don't have to say a big long name that's
I know, that's why, like, as soon as I saw that it wasn't a light novel, I went, oh. And then when I looked at it, I went, oh. On today's episode, this time it's bureaucracy and not a cute girl. It's Drifters. Do exactly what you did again, but hit Drifters with a little bit more gravitas, but not too much more.
Drifters!
Drifters! Welcome, everybody. I am your dynamic drifting Daimo. Fuck! See, this is what happens when I'm not confident in my own guts.
You said it right the first time.
I know! Daimyo. Welcome, everybody. I am your dynamic drifting Daimyo. Fuck! Daimo. I can say it. I've said it. Daimyo. Welcome, everybody. I'm your dynamic drifting Daimo who leaves... It's going from drifting, I think, is what's fucking me up.
Let's slow down a little bit.
Fuck that. Fuck me. Welcome, everybody. I'm your dynamic drifting Daimo. Fuck! Why can't I do it? I'll put more space. Welcome, everybody. I'm your dynamic drifting Daimo. Fuck! I can't do it. I can't. It's good. Daimyo. Drifting Daimyo. It's drifting. It's from drifting. Welcome, everybody.
So say both of them.
Drifting Daimyo. What the fuck? Why
Drifting
can't I do...
Daimyo.
Drifting Daimyo. Why does that sound wrong? Dynamic drifting Daimyo.
That was right.
Okay.
You didn't even catch it.
What?
I gave you a cut to in there.
Oh, I don't notice them. You notice them. I just think that's what you're doing. You cut to this. It's like a camera.
A very specific, like at that particular moment, I was like, that's where.
Because, like I said, that's why I always write with them because I don't notice them. I knew you'd swing it out of the park.
I really like this manga.
These girls' titties are very large. I like that. It's all I can do is clone High JFK.
Ask not what your manga can do for you, but what you can do for your manga.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Joestars.